I'm Elijah.
I'm Jared.
And this is The Universe According to Us.
The podcast/YouTube show where we just talk about whatever's on our mind. Whatever's going on in the world. We really talk about what's important in this world, like movie trailers, the effect of sugar on the brain.
Yeah.
Bronies.
Stuff that first world countries worry about.
Welcome to our first episode of our shenanigans, this podcast. Well, it's not really a podcast.
It's more like a
YouTube show.
More like a thing, us trying to crowd to the world, pay
Yeah.
attention to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this basically, we're just talking about how we see the universe.
Well, we're in geography together, AP Geography, at a school that we will not name because we don't want you stalking us. Where there's a kid in our class named Joseph who says a lot of things that are they're pretty crazy. And
Like, for instance, just off the top of my head, remember that time how he was equating sugar to marijuana?
yeah, he was saying that marijuana and sugar have the same effect on the brain. The only difference is that sugar is actually good for you.
Which it's not.
I think all health people would say that sugar is definitely not good for you.
Yeah, Joseph.
So anyway, we're in that class, and sometimes, especially when grades are being put in, our teacher would just really sit at his computer and play his games and not do anything. And so we were just sitting there, and Joseph would come over, and we just have these big, long conversations that were really funny. But, and so we thought, well, we should have a show about this and talk about this stuff. And,
Yeah.
here we are.
Thank you, Joseph. Oh,
Thank you for
Joseph
starting.
isn't able to be here today.
We were going to have Joseph on our first episode, but, we all have lives.
Thank you for inspiring the beautiful idea.
Yes,
for
thank
this
you
beautiful
for
show,
inspiring
Joseph.
us, Joseph. That's awesome. So, that's stuff Joseph says. Let's talk about some other stuff that we've talked about in our geography
Yeah, so
class.
something you have to understand is our teacher, he has two modes. He either is teaching or he's a vegetable. There's no in between. So when he's not teaching, we're literally just free to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So we create these discussions.
And, Joseph is very passionate about some things. And he's especially passionate about movies and stuff. And so when you get talking about, say, I don't know, Star Wars, he just starts freaking out with all these crazy facts. Like, he told us that Michael Bay, the infamous director of the horrible Transformers movies, is going to be working on Star Wars 7, which we know.
If he touches my Star Wars, I will never forgive him.
It's not true. It's completely crazy. And he was saying that, get this.
No, yeah, she said that Princess Leia is the daughter of Julie Andrews. And spouted some other random facts, but that was the most resounding one, so we looked it up, and despite all the
Well,
facts,
honestly, I didn't have to look it up to know that was just not true.
Joseph insisted we looked it up, so we decided to, and lo and behold, it was not true, but he would not accept that reality as truth.
Well, I think he eventually decided that he was wrong, but I mean, it got me thinking, where do these crazy stuff come from? And I ultimately think it comes from, he's a brony.
Absolutely. I mean, don't get me started on bronies. See, there's different breeds of bronies just as there are different breeds of dogs. He is a very passionate brony. I remember how he was talking about some suicidal episode, deep interpretations of this girl's child show.
A brony is someone who is a boy, and they're into My Little Pony, which is a children's show on the Hub. And I think we both agree that neither of us are bronies. We're not into that, but we do find it fascinating why other people are.
Oh yeah. Some people take these deep interpretations, like my big brother, for example, is a very large My Little Pony fan, and he takes deep interpretations of episodes. Like, I remember he was telling me about this episode, and I believe the thing that actually happened was someone was selling apples, but I believe he referred it to selling your soul to the devil. Applejack being Satan or something of that sort.
And, I'm not going to judge people because I do love the cartoons. As you can see, I have all 3 seasons of Avatar The Last Airbender on my mantle.
Remember today in AP how Joseph was talking about selling his kidney on the black market?
Yeah, that was really interesting. Well, I thought we love movies and we like TV shows. And would you say that you get hyped for movies easily?
Yeah.
I sure do.
Got my hopes up for Transformers 1. Didn't make that mistake again. One movie I'm pumped for?
What?
Anchorman 2.
Anchorman 2, yeah. So I thought, why don't we watch the Anchorman 2 trailer here? Just because it is funny. Brick's funeral.
We all love Brick. Why? Why did you take it from us, Brick? You're not dead. I'm alive. Yes. I'm alive. You've got a job in New York City. Why do you have this bag of bowling balls in this terrarium filled with scorpions? It's a crazy story. Cruise control.
People still quote many movies.
Yeah, it's one of the most quotable movies of all time, I think.
And I look forward to having new things to say with this
Yeah,
one.
I think this one's gonna be just as quotable. They have the same director and the same writers.
Are you a vampire? Where's my legs? I don't have any legs, Ron. Ah! 93! Rick, 93!
There's been a lot of good trailers out recently. The Captain America 2 trailer. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah,
that.
we got a new wave of superhero movies coming.
Yes,
We
there's a
got
lot of superhero
new
movies.
Thor, new Captain America, new Spider-Man has been released, and a Black Panther movie has been announced. Doctor
The thing
Octopus
is,
Throws stuff.
superhero characters always have their names are always alliterated. Like alliteration, you know, same
Peter
as
Parker,
Peter Parker,
mild-mannered Peter Parker.
Otto Octavius. Who else? More
J.
Marvel
Jonah
somewhere.
Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah, well, these are all Spider-Man. Who is not Spider-Man?
Let's
Hulk
see.
Hogan? No, that's the wrestler.
That's a real person.
Yeah.
He's actually a professional.
So you watch Parks and Rec?
Oh yeah, I love Parks and
I
Recreation.
personally feel like right now Parks and Rec is the best show on TV. Really funny now The Office is gone. And I can do a pretty good Ron Swanson impression. So, let's see. I'm going to end the show with Ron Swanson. Thank you for watching our show. I hope it's made you a more manly man. If you're really a manly man, you'll grow a mustache and eat a lot of meat. 10-4. Over and out. Bye.
Adios.